non-Indonesian friends are like, "Are you okay? I heard there's a volcano erupting in your country." Like, girl, my country is part of the Ring of Fire. Which volcano are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a
Wait,
bunch of underwater volcanoes in the Ring of Fire too.
That's pretty crazy.
volcanoes and tornadoes. Two things I am really
Volcanoes,
confused.
tornadoes, and earthquakes,
Yep.
The last
Wildfires.
thing I
and
really
wildfires.
Eminary just showed up secretly. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize you came in.
Oh, I've been here for like, I don't know, 4 minutes.
It's the first time I heard you say something, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, you guys were talking, so
Yeah, I was
yeah.
saying what I
I
was. I just, like I said, I always feel bad when I have way more to offer than I do because I'm an oversharer. So,
Nope, I appreciate the input.
Yep.
That's
Get that.
always nice to get.
Good morning, Doc.
All right.
I've been awake since morning prayer, which is like in 5 a.m. ish.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's how many hours
exciting.
from now or since?
What, like 3 or 4 hours?
Yeah.
Well, we can try to keep
It's
this
like two
exciting for you.
hours.
Oh, okay. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning for you.
Yeah.
it is 7
Yeesh.
1 p.m.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's 7:01 a.m. in my place. So yeah, hello from the other side of the world.
12
Yeah.
hours
I
ahead.
think if Doc and Jay like jumped at the same time, they'd be jumping off the opposite sides of the world almost. Not
That's-
quite antipodes, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not that actually many antipodes points on land, so
No, there's really not. But Doc's in the southern hemisphere, correct?
No, I'm smack dab on the equator.
Oh, shit. Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah, that would make sense
Indonesia
now that I think
is.
about it. And our state is the geographical center of North America, so.
All right, you guys ready to get started?
Yep,
Do it.
I'm ready to rumble.
let's go.
I apologize that it's been 2 weeks since we played, but
Don't
things
worry.
happen.
Life gets in the way, and sometimes you just have to live in the moment.
Yep, that's right. I had a fun weekend in the woods.
Congrats.
Yeah, it was
It's always fun.
well worth it. Anyways, let's get some music here.
Mm.
So, the last time you guys played, you'd started a new mystery, and you were finding yourselves in the center of Valborg, a spring celebration, and you were approached by a young woman named Mikaela, and she kind of just asked you if you wanted to join her and her friends in a more private gathering at Valborg off in the woods. And you guys went there, and well, Kai fell asleep, probably because of all the rhythmic music that was going on and the food and
Nah, it was the alcohol.
yep, the alcohol too, all sorts of different things. But the remaining people stayed awake and witnessed a sacrifice of a horse, which is definitely not what you guys were intending on seeing for a Valborg celebration.
Yeah, a little bit of light equine blood sacrificing.
That's right. And after
big
that
deal,
happened,
right?
you basically, I guess, just fell asleep at that point. Like, you just felt the overpowering need to fall asleep. Likely the same reason why Kai had fallen asleep. But when you woke up in the morning, you had Mikaela sitting next to you, basically just waiting for you to wake up. And she had food and coffee and juice and all that stuff ready to go for you. Then she presented to you the real reason why she approached you, which was because her leader, Ira, has been kidnapped by a snake-like prince, I guess we'd call it.
The
And
prince.
you learned later on that Ira is not only the leader of whatever Mikaela's a part of, but she is the leader of the Vanadisir. This is that secret group that's been kind
Yep.
of popping up here and there in your little campaign. And, they're basically just children of Freya, as they refer to themselves.
Killed Friendship. Friend. I never know how to spell this name. Sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
They were the people that killed Franzibald.
Yes. Well, actually, no. Lisa was the one. You don't know what Lisa is yet.
That's right.
Yeah,
touché.
that happened in the end of Duty and Despair. But so then, after you guys kind of reluctantly agreed to help her, you traveled through the forest on foot because there's no roads where you're going. And eventually you found the Viking stone formations, which had several runes carved into the stones, and that is where you saw Lisa again, except it wasn't quite just Lisa this time. She had a emaciated skeletal body that was kind of like protruding out of her face, like in an ethereal type way, clearly pointing out the fact that she is possessed by a revenant. And at that moment, when you saw her, she had reached up and basically did some battle cry, and the next thing you know is you had 3 skeletal Viking warriors that had popped up from the ground below, and they were ready to attack. And you guys escaped.
But I do recall we picked up a sword.
Yes, you did pick up a sword before that.
And
we gave it
Doc
to
has
Doc.
a sword. Yeah.
Yep, so Doc's
because-
got a big
well,
sword.
Not Doc, but Avery.
Yeah, Avery has a big
Doc
sword.
wasn't here. So
She's got a
we were
buster
like,
sword.
since Doc wasn't there, we were like, we're going to give the sword to Avery.
Yes, so the sword itself was extremely large. It was probably about the size of a grown man. So to Doc, this thing would be like a buster sword, sure, really, really big. Or Avery, sorry. So Avery's just dragging this thing along, and you guys eventually make your way out of this gorge, and you come across what looks like an abandoned cottage near the pond, but there is signs of life. You see the billowing smoke coming out of the chimney, and Mikaela, she had run over like really quickly. Clearly, she's been here before, and she just like knocked on the door, and when the door opened, it was a very small woman. She looked human enough, however, she had yellowing eyes and she even had a tail, so you're not really sure what exactly she is.
She offered us food, though.
Right. And she invited you in, so that is where we have started this episode now.
And Jace, no, K eat the woman, the suspicious woman food.
Yeah, so let me get different music here. Hang on a sec. Let's get this. One second. And let's go. So
Is that my Discord doing that?
Yeah, whose Discord is that?
what do you what's going on? What do you mean?
We can just hear alerts
There's
left
someone-
and right.
Oh, yeah, that's not me. I have my alerts turned off.
Oh no. Maybe it's me, but I don't know.
That's okay.
Okay.
It just took me a minute to. Yeah.
Let me just get a fire here. Hang on a sec. All right. So we're setting the scene with some music and some ambiance. So as you entered before, the woman had sat you down and she offered all of you food. And I believe it was Kai who had just eaten the food. Nobody else ate, right?
Although eventually the rest of us, once we saw that he didn't suffer any ill effects,
Right.
I think the rest of us decided to eat.
Yep. So Kai, when you ate that food, it tasted really good, and not only that, but you felt really good as well. Like, kind of the same way you felt when you had the food that Mikaela offered you. So anybody who has eaten the food, if you have a physical or a mental condition, you can cure that right now.
Oh yeah, I think everyone was frightened except for one person.
Yep. So
That's with the undead guys. That's right.
Yep. So you guys can cure the frightening if you choose to eat the food.
I think I was the one that was not scared.
Yeah, you pretty much just ate everything everybody gave you.
Yeah.
I don't take not take handouts.
It was kind of funny because when I did that deep dive, the deep dive pointed it out how Kai just like basically eats everything. I thought that was pretty great. Anyways, all right. So this woman, she kind of just goes back and sits down in her little rocking chair by her fireplace, and she starts to knit. And as she's knitting, she says, "So, what brings you to my cottage?"
Excellent question. We are here, and I point the person to put in this place. Sorry, I forgot the name.
Hedvig's cottage. You can call it that. I'll just put it in the chat.
Okay.
Hang on.
I mean the person. Mikaela?
I'm going to. Yeah, Mikaela was the one that guided us here.
Yep.
Okay.
So Mikaela, she's like, "Oh, hello. I'm sure you remember me. It's been a little while." So then the witch, well, you're not sure she's a witch. You assume she is. But
There's no
He
witch.
looks like
She's
a
not
witch, so
if
we might as
there's
well
a.
think of her as a witch.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
right. So Mikaela clearly knows this woman. She's conversed with her before, and so this woman introduces herself to you as Hedvig. And she says, "If you're friends of Mikaela's, then you're friends of mine. Now, I suppose I can assume that you're here because you're helping Mikaela. Is that right?"
That is correct, ma'am.
Great. Well, do you know what you're up against?
Have no idea.
Ah.
Prince.
Well, if you remember correctly, you were dealing with a lindworm.
Yes. I'm just trying to make sure that we get all the information from her.
Yep. Okay. What were you saying, Jace?
I say a prince of something because this is the thing I remember.
Yeah, you're not sure what he's the prince of. All you know is that he's referred to as the prince. That's what Mikaela was calling him.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of a self-proclaimed prince, I guess you could say.
Oh, okay.
So, Kai, you're just kind of looking for information on how you can defeat this thing?
That would be how my brain works.
Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and roll a learning, please.
Okay. Ooh.
So
Nice.
the woman, she says, yes, I know exactly how to defeat a lindworm. Tell me, do you have any silver coins on you?
I pull out the silver. I would assume that I have a silver coin in my pocket.
Not really silver coins.
Well, I have coins.
Yeah. So,
I can
anyways,
see.
she gets up and she comes up to you, Kai, and she hands you a small handful of silver coins. And the only thing she says, and she says this, is she says, "For the taken." And she puts the coins in your palm, and she closes your hand so you don't lose the coins.
Okay. I thank her for the coins and ask, what are we supposed to do with these?
Well, I'm sure you're aware already, but the lindworm loves to take servants as his own.
Uh-huh.
And let's just say that he doesn't exactly ask if they want to be the servant.
Okay. So,
I
that
disagree.
being said, I'm gonna assume that these are to buy our way out.
Take the coin and press it on the forehead of the victim. This should break this curse.
Ah.
Okay.
And with that information, she also... Hang on, I gotta let you... She also tells you exactly what you need to do to defeat a lindworm. And let me just... I'm gonna copy and paste this right from here just so you have it, so I don't have to keep repeating it. Hang on a sec. Okay. So she says that lindworms are not harmed by fire, but they can be killed by tricking them into slithering through 3 different fires. And the 3rd fire should turn the lindworm to ash. And that's what she says right there. So now you have what you need to defeat this thing, but...
Worms are not harmed by fire.
Ingrid,
Is there
by the
a...
way.
I'm gonna... Oh,
okay.
sorry. I'm gonna ask Ingrid a question. Do we think we can have 3... Well, this is interesting. 3 different fires, they have to be... How big do they have to be? That would be my question.
They can be torches. It doesn't matter.
Big enough,
3
presumably, that
well-placed
he
torches.
doesn't put them out when he goes through them. Ingrid comments about this. So she's carefully picking at the food, trying to figure out like why everyone else is so. She thinks it must be dosed somehow, so she's like picking through it, trying to figure out what's in it, and eating stuff that she feels pretty confident about, and like setting aside some of the maybe like the little sprigs of something that she doesn't know, and you know, she's basically being like a picky eater, but like with method. So
yeah.
so she's a little distracted, and she'll say that to Kai when you know something about, you know, if it's a candle, he'd probably just brush it out if he touched it. So
Right.
Yep. There's really, it's kind of open to interpretation. So 3 fires could mean 3 candles. It could mean 3 torches. It could mean 3 bonfires. It could be anything, as long as it's fire.
So we need fire eat the lingworm.
Yes.
We could set up a race.
Jace hears this and say, "What? Well."
So the old Hedvig, she warns you guys. She says, "This is not to be trifled with. Do you understand? You must be careful."
Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to conjure up an idea.
And
We-
let's see.
what's Avery doing?
That is...
Yeah, what does Avery think?
I don't know. I would tricking them into certain different story. Huh. I'll just go with the majority, I guess.
Well, what kind of a... I'm gonna ask Avery to think of an idea that he would like to go about trying.
Not really. He doesn't really have anything in mind.
You guys can fly by the seat of your pants.
Not like we don't already do that.
Yep.
Ingrid kind of like keeps picking at her food. She has a little bit of a stubborn set to her jaw, and she keeps glancing at Mikaela and this new Hedvig person. A little suspicious still. She's not saying anything.
Yeah, so the food itself, from what you can tell, looks just like it's all natural ingredients. So you're not sure what's going on here.
Natural. Many things are natural, like mushrooms.
Right.
Mhm.
You,
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're eating it, then you still feel really good.
Yeah. So she's slowly eating at it, but anyway, just yeah, she's just kind of like, but not saying anything about the lindworm or how to deal with it.
All right. So,
I'm
Jace.
sorry. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Jace, right now you're just kind of watching as old Hedvig and Kai and Avery and Ingrid all converse, but you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched somehow right now.
Okay, I put in defense mode. Okay, this sounds so magic right now, but you understand what in the I forget. Yeah, you understand. I put like, okay, strange house, food, old woman, and I feel watched. Well, this is so much for a day, and I like to what I can see what I is in the forest something see me.
Mm, I wouldn't go outside by yourself. I wouldn't recommend that.
No.
But you just have this. It's just the feeling that you're being watched. You can't shake it.
For the moment, I put it's like in any moment I feel dangerous. A shadow and run.
Okay,
Uh,
ready to go
yeah,
just in case.
yes,
Got it.
yes. Is I hear all this of fire and this and say, I gonna say a terrible idea, but it's a Jay's terrible idea. So
Mm-hmm.
having the character
Okay.
and well, what if we do a sacred, a holy fire burns a little part of this forest to know to find this lingwar. I think
You
it's gonna be a good idea.
you want to
Of
burn
course,
the forest?
maybe, but this is
Uh,
I wouldn't recommend that.
I know,
It's gonna
yeah,
make a lot of people angry.
yeah, I know, but it's
It is a
so
classic though.
it is a classic.
Yep.
yeah.
Maybe in D&D this would work, but we're not gonna burn down the forest. No forest fires, please.
Okay.
But
It makes Smokey the Bear sad.
besides, you guys don't have any torches, so you would have to find some.
Wait, so what we so all the travel we do is in morning and afternoon, so we don't have
Yep.
torch.
So that's fine. Right now it's kind of like mid-afternoon, so it's sun's still high in the sky, so you don't really need torches right now. But I would definitely work on finding some, considering you're still going to be traveling. Unless you want to stay the night here, you can do that too.
Maybe be here is a better idea.
To be clear, they're both. Hedvig is on board with us dealing with this
Yes.
lindworm, right?
Yep.
So is she willing to give us any supplies that she might have on hand?
Let me see if she can do that. Hang on a sec.
I was
Wait.
thinking about cooking oil.
Cooking oil? That's
Mhm.
a good
Yeah.
idea. I like that. Yeah.
Just not a
Yeah.
big jar, but a little jar of cooking oil.
Yep. Let's say that
That's what.
old Hedvig procures a small, maybe like a flask of oil for you,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna add it to my gear then.
yep. Does anybody have matches?
What?
Our survivalist would.
Um. I
No problem.
Maybe his girlfriend has match, but I don't have match.
I don't.
That's all right. We'll say that old Hedvig procures those for you as well. So matches and oil. And let's say that she gives you a few like torch sticks as well that you can use. So you should be well prepared.
Yeah.
Um,
Like,
Ready.
really glance around, like, are we really doing this tonight?
you don't
Like,
have
just
to.
asking.
You can wait until the morning.
Ah. But do we really want to wait until the morning? Okay, that's the question. Okay, I'm just Avery is just like, setting things clear while silently throwing parts of his food to his dog
Mm-hmm.
under the table.
Okay.
By the way, Jay's never touched the food and he's like, nope.
You're not gonna eat the food?
Nope. I,
Oh, okay.
I wake up and say, hardcore mode.
No problem. Chase does not eat the food, still untrustworthy.
Yeah.
I get it.
Avery is just hungry. He'll eat everything, I guess.
Okay. Well, Avery, if you haven't already, you can take the frightened thing off of your sheet if you're eating.
Yeah.
And, okay, so old Hedvig, she looks up from her knitting for a moment. She says, "You're welcome to stay the night if you'd like. It's a long journey ahead." And she just goes back to knitting for now. If you guys want to stay, we can stay. But otherwise, we can fast forward to you trekking through the forest.
Cool.
I think it better be here. I think.
I'm thinking go unless it's getting too late. Kind of, or have to depend on Mikaela and her judgment about how far we need to go.
Yeah, so it's probably going to take several hours to get where you need to go. You're probably like
Yeah, well,
maybe halfway to your destination.
hmm
Is there
I
like
would say,
visible trails in the forest, or like do we have like to trust our instincts that we can get out of the forest?
You have to trust your instincts because there are no paths. But it seems that Mikaela does know the way, so she's been kind of leading this whole pack.
what does Mikaela think that we should do?
Well, let's see. Well, I would say we should probably stay the night. It's going to take us several hours to get there, and it'll likely be dark before we even make it there.
Okay,
And
and that's
trust
what we'll
me,
do.
you don't want to be outside at night.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
Okay.
Yep.
So, old Hedvig gets up out of her chair, and then she kind of walks over to the kitchen and starts preparing a nice dinner for you guys. It's going to take a little while, so if you guys want to roleplay, or if you want to ask her questions, go right ahead. Whatever you want to do.
I think.
I think that we'd like to ask about this prince and how long he's been here or when he arrived.
She says the prince is the protector of this realm. And then she smiles at the idea of you guys actually like defeating him. And
Miles, like, ironically, pleased, skeptically. I mean, like, is there a...
she seems
Kinda
happy,
curious.
like
Okay.
like she wants you to do it. So you're kind of getting the idea that maybe this woman does not care for the prince at all. And you can't help but notice, I mean, obviously she looks very old and ancient, in fact, but she looks human, but she still has a tail. So you can only assume that maybe the tail that she has, or like those slight variations in the way her body looks, are magical in nature, almost as if she's being touched by the magic of the lindworm. And you guys would know this, being seeing how you already kind of identified what you're dealing with, that the lindworm itself is an extremely magical being. There's rumors that you can ingest the flesh of a lindworm and gain magical powers. However, they, as old Hedvig mentioned, said they are incredibly dangerous. So
he's been in this area for a long time then.
yes.
Jace have a question.
Go ahead, Jace.
Well, is I don't know if I can do in roll of out roll. What I gonna say?
A roll for what?
I can eat this. I mean, I have wolololo things. I can eat the lean work. Eh, I mean, I don't know what happened because I have something inside a revenant. I think is the name
Yep,
we say.
Revenant. Yep.
So what happens?
Oh, you're asking her about the Revenant?
No, I don't know if I say the question, but I don't know if we can. I can say this in roll of old roll. I only
Do you
say
want to
the
just
question.
type it in the chat and we can see?
Yeah. Give me a moment.
Sure.
Yeah, let's ask what is it that they think? Why do you want him gone? What's changed? He's been here for so long.
So she mentions that this used to be a very beautiful and peaceful forest, but ever since the magic of the lindworm took over, things have slightly changed, and there's a lot of lost souls that linger now.
Mm-hmm.
And she warns you to be careful to not let your minds wander while you're out there, because you can get lost too.
Mm-hmm.
But however, the forest is just not the same as it used to be. And you kind of gather that maybe old Hedvig is actually like a protector of the forest of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jace can eat lindworm flesh. I mean, if you can somehow get it, then yes, you can eat it, Jace.
Yeah, and is this the question? If I have a revenant and my fancy things, what happens? Double power.
So the way the magic works in the game is if you gain magical power somehow, you just essentially gain the magic attribute, and you can use a magical spell like once per session, I think.
Ooh, okay.
But that would require you to ingest the flesh, which might be difficult.
Okay, it's a possibility.
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Yep. The prince may have something to say about that.
Yes, I think he might have a little bit to say. Okay. So, does anybody else need to do anything or talk to anybody?
Mm-mm.
I'm good.
Okay. All right, so we'll fast forward to the morning. Let me get a different sound here. So, as a matter of fact, in the morning you actually wake up well rested and you feel great. Again, it seems these magical properties surrounding the area have done quite nicely for your health. And so old Hedvig is in the kitchen. She's banging away with making breakfast for you guys. She's got a nice spread of like eggs and ham and bacon and breads and cheese, just your typical breakfast items that you'd find.
Mm-hmm.
But everything smells and looks delicious, so help yourself.
Okay.
And anybody who eats it, again, they feel great. No need to heal anything. You're already well rested and healed up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kai has got his coins. Don't forget those.
Mm-hmm.
And you are armed with how to defeat the Lindworm. So Mikaela, she rushes over to old Hedvig and gives her a big hug. And then she rushes past. She says, "Okay, let's go. Follow me." And you guys exit out of the cottage and walk along the kind of like not a path, I guess, but like where the grass has been kind of stomped over from people walking in the past, but not really like a path per se. But she leads you deeper into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And after several hours of walking through thick forests, and everything is pretty good actually. It's no issues. It's been a very quiet walk. It's that time you reach a black iron gate situated in kind of like a small clearing in the forest, and it seems very random. Because behind the black iron gate is a very large, or not very large, but it's a pretty decent size like castle.
Mm-hmm.
But what's strange about it is the fact that there's no windows anywhere. Only a single door in the front.
Mm-hmm.
Outside the castle is a beautiful garden. It's got like some of those bushes that have been trimmed to look like different shapes and figures. It looks remarkably well kept for what appears to be an abandoned place.
Can we just rewind just a little bit?
Yep.
While we're traveling? Because presumably we have several hours, as you had said.
Yep.
As we're going, Ingrid would like to, at different times, kind of lag behind Mikaela a little bit, who's leading us, with each of the other party members. And briefly and try to, out of earshot of Mikaela, express sort of her misgivings, because so far we only have one side of whatever story is going on here. They want to destroy the Lindworm. That's clear, but we don't know anything about why. So, just to be clear, and she didn't want to do it in the cottage because the other two were listening, and so she does it while we're traveling.
Right. So Mikaela responds, basically saying,
No, she does it out of earshot of Mikaela.
"Oh, okie dokie."
She because we're all going in a line, right, through the woods. So sometimes she'll kind of lag behind and like lag behind like with one of the others and like have a little whispered conversation about that, but yeah, deliberately out of earshot of Mikaela.
Okay.
Just so everyone knows that Ingrid is not sure about what we're doing here. We know how to destroy the Lindworm, but she's not sure why. Anyway, and then we can arrive at the castle unless anybody else wanted to do something else or respond to her.
I think that I'm gonna just nod that I understand what Ingrid is trying to say, but I also would like to investigate a little bit more as to why the Lindworm is doing what he's doing as well, but knowing that in the end we're probably going to have to kill it.
Maybe. I don't even know what is it. I mean, some of this is above the table. What is it that the Lindworm has actually done?
Well,
Well,
the
he's-
Lindworm took Ira, and also a valuable necklace that belonged to Ira that she believes is the Brisingamen.
Mhm.
And in terms of like the motives of the Lindworm, Lindworm's sole purpose is like collecting treasure, basically.
Right. So he's taken a necklace that they claim was theirs and taken it captive, but death isn't necessarily the punishment for that.
No,
So
not necessarily.
but he's not like burning down the forest or killing people
Mhm.
or we don't know any of this.
No.
And even the story about them taking the necklace, maybe it was his originally. We don't. There's could be more to this story that we don't know, and that's just what she's trying to get across. That everything about him being bad, that we need to defeat him, is all just coming from these people who did a blood sacrifice of a horse. So they don't seem to be the most trustworthy of people
Yeah,
either.
understandable.
So
I say in not not high, say like, okay, if the things put mad, it's simple. We go out and run and no leave this thing because I feel we are here like a bit free because we only gonna help the uh, these Freya songs or whatever. I think this something we don't know in this part. By the way, I wanna see a link work. Maybe his flesh have a medical properties. Just
Mm. Avery, what are you doing? What is Milu doing?
Maybe he just like Avery would oh my god, it's so hard to speak.
Words are hard, I understand.
Maybe he's towards. I want to say he's towards the front, but I would miss out on whatever the others are talking about.
Okay.
Like maybe I would set like Milu down further down the path, like at the front, along with our glorified tour guide here.
Mikaela?
But yeah, Avery would stick back along with the others and are like,
Okay.
yeah, it really plugs on your morals, doesn't it? Like, are we encroaching on some things, not someone, on some things, like place of residence? Are we ruining the local ecosystem, or
Yeah, you're not sure.
are yeah, like it really tugs on your morals, doesn't it?
It does. I apologize, I had fast forwarded to you guys basically getting to the castle.
no worries.
But
don't worry.
we'll say now that you guys have gone through that part, Mikaela leads you a little further in to the path here and comes to that black iron gate. The gate itself looks like brand new, and behind it is a relatively small castle that has no windows. The outside is very well kept. It almost looks like a professionally done garden. And as you guys pass, are you passing through the gate, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as
Avery
you,
would comment on no windows, and like he would like his face like twist in disgust on the thought of like that place would be moldy as fuck, like the smell.
yeah, it certainly would be pretty gross, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh. how stale the air would be.
That would be pretty bad. But as you guys pass the threshold of the gateway, the front door to this castle opens, and
I would pinch my nose.
you don't smell anything. It just smells like the forest right now. It's just, the smell of pine trees and dirt and stuff like that. But as the door opens, a very, very handsome looking man walks out. And he's wearing a blue robe, and he's got like long golden hair, and he's wearing a crown. You can only assume that this is the prince. This is what he looks like.
Oh, okay.
And with him
Oh yes,
are...
quite handsome.
Yes. Midjourney can't make people that are ugly, I swear to God.
Well, they don't exist in the world, so
That's
of course
true.
not.
For a moment, I think he gonna have a snake skin and this. Sorry, too much
No.
Warhammer.
No snake skin. As he walks out, he's accompanied by a few other people that they don't seem to be there, like in a mental state.
Mental capacity.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're just kind of looking down at the ground with their hands crossed in between their, the front of their legs there,
Mhm.
and they don't say anything. They don't even acknowledge your existence, but they're following the prince. And he says, "I've been expecting you. Please come in."
What's Mikaela's reaction? Ingrid's gonna kind of split her attention because obviously this person deserves some, but she kind of her glance is going back and forth between
So,
the prince and Mikaela.
yeah, so Mikaela right now is kind of in a very careful situation, and she's trying to just remain calm because she knows that Ira's here, and she wants to do this without causing too much suspicion. So she looks back at you guys as she starts walking in towards the front door. Oh, let me show you a picture of the castle too. Hang on a sec, I actually got a picture of that. Did I get that?
My hand is dancing in the dagger.
There we go.
The nope. Yeah, it's like I don't gonna dagger and kill is like for prevent. I gonna touch my dagger. Yeah, I hope this have sense.
So you're just gonna keep your dagger handy?
Mhm.
Yeah. Prevent. Oh. Okay, not have windows.
Yeah.
The
Did you guys get the picture?
street-
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
So Mikaela walks in, and she kind of turns around and signals for you guys to come in as well. And the prince, he speaks out, and he says, "Please join me for lunch."
Okay.
And he's very polite, from what you can tell.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
he,
Ingrid will go in.
Milo runs to. Does Milo I would nudge Milo towards the guy and have a quick sniff and see what happens.
So Milu doesn't do anything other than just kind of sniff and come back. Didn't really allude to any danger.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's a good litmus test, I guess.
Yeah. So you guys are all going inside then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But they say something after to enter in this case. Say, okay, if the things put bad, I think we need run so fast because I don't see any form to escape this place. So
Mhm.
not even what things give this guy. and reserve energies to survive.
Mhm.
If you run, you'll find yourself trapped in the middle of the forest and probably not know how to get out.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a very
true.
confusing
I
forest.
mean, our tour guides are here.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. So as you walk inside, the castle itself is very beautiful. Like there's marble floors and pillars and chandeliers. There's like torches that line the walls for lighting. Everything is like golden, basically. It's very beautiful. It does not
Is it
match the outside of the castle. That's for sure.
is it smaller on the outside?
It appears smaller on the outside. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
Bigger on the inside.
No,
Is it
smaller on the outside.
sure?
And so he
Yeah, it's
eventually
bigger on the
leads you
inside.
into a hallway, and he swings open the double doors, and he walks inside. And inside, in the center of the room, is a massive pile of gold. Oh, can you guys move your characters or no?
Yes,
Please.
but I don't see Mikaela.
Oh, I haven't added her yet. I'm getting there.
No worries.
She's right there.
Not trying to chide you or anything, just remind you.
No, that's
Okay,
fine.
so-
So she walks in, and yeah, inside the center is just like a massive pile of gold. On the sides of the walls are like statues that are kind of like pillars, but they're very serpentine in nature. They look like
Mhm.
snakes. And you also notice that a lot of these pillars are holding like some sort of like a treasure of some sort. There's
Like up on a pedestal.
yeah, there's a ton of people in here too, and they all seem to be in a trance as well. In the center of the room, there's 3 people that have brooms that are just endlessly sweeping gold into the pile.
Mhm.
And the people standing near the pillars are polishing the treasures that are being held there. And the prince says, "Come this way," and he leads you towards the table towards the back here.
Okay.
And I didn't put enough chairs in here, so I'm going to say that Mikaela has her own little kitty chair right there. And
I assume he's going to be sitting.
yep, that's
Here.
his special golden chair. Everything in this room is pretty much gold for the most part, except for the floors and the table itself. But like the chairs even are like adorned with gold lining and designs. The plates and the silverware are gold. And so the prince sits down and he says, "Please sit." I'm going to move your character there, Kai.
Yeah.
And we'll put Avery and Milu in the own little chairs right there. And so now the prince sits back down and he snaps his fingers, and that's when a couple of the servants come out of their little trance there doing what they were doing, and they walk away and they come back with food.
Mm-hmm.
And so while you're waiting, the prince again, he's very charming and he's very polite, and he starts asking you guys about your endeavors because he's genuinely interested. So tell me, what brings you to my castle?
How far back do you want to know?
Well, tell me something exciting. I love hearing stories.
We are from distant land.
No, we're
My-
from Uppsala. It's not too far from here. We're coming
Can you
to.
disclose that?
It's not that big of a deal to me. I mean, Uppsala is a city in Sweden.
I mean, you guys are technically in Old Upsala Village right now, so he would know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
So, in other words, yes, I would like to disclose that.
Okay.
No, so I basically explain what the reasoning is. We're here, and I'm leaving out the fact that like there is some other things that we're looking into.
Mm-hmm.
But he is just aware that we're here for
Ira,
here for a little bit to find Ira.
got it. Okay.
Okay. We
Ingrid
okay.
will.
Sorry. What I lose of this story? Sorry.
Ingrid would ask if he goes by any other appellation besides the prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I've only been a prince.
Are you sure
Okay.
of this?
I would definitely, if he says that that's the case, then that's the case. That's what I would believe. But I'm just being wary.
So, you did tell him about looking for Ira?
Yes.
Okay. So, his response to that is he says, well, I could give you Ira if you were to, let's say, oh, I don't know, one of you takes her place. And he points at all four of you, including Mikaela as well, actually. I will gladly give up Ira if you're willing to take her place. And as he says this, he kind of licks his lips, and you notice a forked tongue.
Mm-hmm.
A what?
A
A
forked
forked tongue.
like a snake.
Ah, okay. Sorry. New
problem.
word. Yeah. Uh. This is a terrible idea.
You
Guys.
can certainly try and negotiate somebody, or something. It's up to you. Or
We can try. We can try for the moment. If the thing go bad, kill the prince or something like this.
No.
We do not say things like that to his face.
Or run. Or run. We have three options.
No, we could have more. We can be creative.
Yeah.
So Ingrid would then say, well, Prince, my prince, since we have told you why we have come, I am interested in learning more about your side of the story. Your story. How long have you been here? And it seems she'll gesture toward the large pile of gold, perhaps a very long time.
Indeed. I see you enjoy my hoard. And his forked tongues pop out again, and he seems to get rather excited whenever there's talk of treasure. I've been in these woods for thousands of years. And tell me, why are you really here?
We are messengers.
No, we are not messengers, Jace. Nice try.
Messengers of who?
Yeah.
We are but 4 poor lost circus performers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah. Ingrid can't pull off that kind of lie.
that's fine. So Mikaela is willing to offer herself up in exchange for Ira. And
Please look her and do a no. uh, Clark Kent is that in Superman Man of Steel? No, like no,
No,
not move. No,
not
say
happening.
not. Yeah, we we're gonna try to negotiate. We lose, maybe.
Well, Ingrid will then, in when people kind of like shift, probably everyone's like, I don't know, shifting uncomfortably about like why are we actually here, right? Ingrid will finally chime in and say, well, we were told a story by this one and about Ira and some necklace, and so we all thought that perhaps we should come here and hear your side of the story to understand what's going on here. I'm
What?
sure you're aware that things are changing in the world.
Ah, yes. The old ways are not so apparent anymore, are they?
Yes. She just looks around kind of pointedly at all the people that are kind of clearly influenced, at very least, drugged, she thinks to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Says, you know, and says, clearly you have power, but surely you must know that if we were to just simply disappear, well, people would take note. More people would come.
Mm.
I would imagine you don't want too many visitors, especially if they brought some of the newest toys that of war that, well, suffice to say, I have seen far more of this modern industrialized war. The cannons, the muskets.
Mm.
Soon, I'm sure they will poison gas.
Well, I can assure you that it will
All
not
very
happen
unpleasant.
here. The only reason that you found my castle is because I allowed you to find it.
Mm,
I have I have a good idea to negotiate with a bit risky. I can try. Shall
Oh boy, here we go. What are you doing?
okay. We can negotiate to say okay. Give us the gear we need, and we promise give you in more. I'm gonna say victim because I don't know other word right now. Like if you in, invited in you know the word, sorry. But yeah, yeah, like if you give the gear we need, we go and give you more people,
Oh,
one
so you're
for
willing to
more.
bring more people in?
Yes, a good exchange. You give one and you gain a lot.
Hmm. His forked tongue pops out again,
Oh no.
and he says, "How do I know that you're going to hold your end of the bargain up?"
We can say this is a old castle with a big bounty, and this attract the people. It's simple. The boys are boys, do magic.
Hmm.
I I understand.
I am
This is
willing to make this deal, but only if Mikaela stays. And she's like, "How do you know my name?"
ah,
And he just smiles, and his forked tongue pops out again.
you know
So,
him.
no, I don't know him. I've never met
I
him
see.
before.
I'm gonna get up
I see
and
the
I'm gonna
princess.
walk over to the prince,
Oh,
Okay.
and I'm going to strike a match
A what?
Okay.
just to see his reaction.
Well, he's definitely watching you with great interest because you just walked up and suddenly lit a match next to him.
I'm gonna ask him, do you have to be slithering, or can I walk this around you in a bigger, um, fashion?
What do you mean? Like, I'm not sure I understand what you
Because we know that we have to kill him by having him walk through fire.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if I have to set something on fire and have him slither over it, or if we can somehow get him to
Are you
basically,
asking him to help us figure out how we can kill him? Are you
technically,
threatening
yes.
him, or
I'm just trying to probe information out of him at this point,
Yeah, he looks at the fire, but he doesn't seem very concerned with it.
which is what I expected.
Whatever facade he's doing, it's quite good. He's very convincing that he's just a regular old prince, but he keeps showing that tongue, which kind of gives it away that he's definitely not.
Can I also let him know that we know that he's not what he says he is?
Oh, I wasn't hiding it. And
So why don't you show us your true form then?
Wait, what?
are you sure you want this?
We came all this way.
I'm not sure, but we'll get up and kind of step back a little bit.
Sec. And I just need to...
These internal panic zones.
I'm gonna back up again as well.
Bear with me for a moment.
So I'm gonna go from right here to right about here.
I have a bad feeling of this, but maybe
So
it's
his body kind of just like magically melts away. In his place now is a very large worm-looking creature with two really sharp fangs coming out of the top of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his forked tongue still. He's probably like a good 8 or 9 feet tall at this point.
Okay.
And at this point, all of the stuff around you, including the walls and the gold and the people, all disappear. And you're left here. And in its place, I gotta put the people back in here. Hang on a sec. Put the lindworm there.
And we need some tokens.
Yep, I'm getting there.
I didn't see nothing. Ah!
Haven't finished loading it.
I don't know why this is so large. Hang on a second.
We are like falling? Like...
No, that's too small.
Oh, okay.
That's really small.
There we go.
I don't see nothing.
Okay.
Haven't finished loading it. I don't see anything.
You don't see
We are
anything.
two.
Yeah, I have a tiny vision. I can
Yep.
see like
Oh,
a
let me take the
hand.
vision off, sorry. Okay.
I'm still at 96%.
Yep, give it a second.
Alrighty.
Oh!
There we go. So, in its place where you guys were just sitting, you are now standing in the middle of the forest. Everything that you have just witnessed was an enchantment that was created by the lindworm. All of that gold, the gold is real. He has that in another place. But everything else, the castle, the gates, the garden, all that stuff just melts away, and now you're in the middle of a forest.
Was Mikaela part of the enchantment?
No, she's here too. Sorry, I haven't
Okay.
brought her in. Okay.
Alright.
Too many damn tokens.
I'll just ask. I'll ask all sorts of inconvenient questions.
Nope, it's not inconvenient. Thank you for reminding me to bring her
Cool.
in. So he
I'm
says,
still
"Tell me,
loading.
Chief.
That would have
is
been a
this
cool
what you
twist if
wanted?"
Mikaela was part of the illusion and enchantment the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right?
it's like suckers.
No.
Anyway.
Well, the Lindworm's magic only lives next to him, so he's not able to like,
Gotcha.
create something and
Interesting.
have it just
Mhm.
go throughout the world or whatever. Let me just get the Lindworm back here.
And he's back in his human form.
I'm changing it over because the
Oh,
the way the tokens behave is kind of weird. I gotta find a module that's good for swapping out token pictures.
Mhm.
So it's tokens. Lindworm. There. And
They say, "Oh, real magic, nice trick," and falls because he's sees and he's like, "Oh, pain."
so right now he's in his Lindworm form. He's definitely ready to throw down if you choose your words incorrectly. So, about our deal, Mikaela for Ira. Or perhaps one of you want to volunteer. And he slithers and his tongue pops out. This time it's exceptionally long.
Yeah.
yeah. Ingrid just kind of stands there, but she keeps her hand like well away, like kind of,
Mhm.
like nope, just no threat. Like, she looks back at Mikaela, kind of glances at the others a little bit, kind of uncomfortable with the situation. Not quite sure what to do.
Jace is like, "We are in the Option." It's like, uh, Jace is like, I don't know if I do a Jace tricks. The thing's gonna put bad, and I don't wanna risk, so I say, "Come, come." Yeah, and try to push like, "We're not in the menu. Thank you." Yeah, I'm gonna try to push her and just
Okay? So you're just going to push her out of the way, kind of? Or behind her?
yeah.
Okay, is anybody else doing anything? Because he
I
wants to
don't
make a
know
deal.
what I'm going to do because I'm still loading the map.
Oh, you're still loading? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Hang on, let me swap it over real quick and then we'll swap it back. Hang on a sec.
Yes, Jay said like,
Maybe it's
"Come
just bad
on."
connection on my side.
Alright, I just swapped it back. Does that work?
No. I don't even see anybody else. Like, like there used to be like in every map, there's like a letter for each person.
Yeah. That
I
sounds like a
don't
pretty
see
bad
anybody.
internet connection.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, I can move your token for you, but right now I just kind of explain where you are. So you're sitting on a battle map right now with the Lindworm sitting right in front of you in the middle of a forest.
For now, I guess until it loads, I can try and stream if you want to watch that way, Doc.
Oh yeah, maybe that works.
I would stream mine, but I don't want to give away all the fun stuff.
Yeah. The DM can't, or GM can't stream, so.
So I think that Mikaela is just going to offer herself up, and
Ingrid, let me know if you get in, Doc. I mean, if it finishes loading through the boundary.
Yeah.
Ingrid will ask though. It's like I came here to try and because I wanted to understand
Yeah.
whatever it is your side. All I know is that a necklace was taken and a person was taken. Why do you want? I understand you want the necklace. It's a treasure. Why is it that you want a person?
My
What
Yeah,
is it
I
servants.
that
don't.
you want?
I kind of
If
get
you
the
would be
personal
willing
part,
to
but
explain it to us lowly people.
yeah, like why them specifically?
Well,
Yeah.
my servants can be passerbys, or they can be people of my own choosing.
But why this person?
Why are
Phrase.
you so
Adamant.
like really set on these two people, like either or situation?
Have they wronged you in some way?
Oh yeah, that could be something as well.
No, they have not wronged me.
So then why?
I am getting tired of your questions.
Oh no.
Well,
And
So
he's
you're avoiding the question because you can't make decisions.
he starts rising up, like he gets taller, almost as if he's like standing on his hind legs, and he's getting ready to attack.
I'm going to ask Ingrid for
Or
the oil and the match.
Ingrid is actually going to do something different. She is going to try and placate him. She's going to
Hmm.
move forward, she'll fall to her knees and just kind of like, almost like prostrate herself. It's like, I'm sorry if the question seemed so impertinent. We merely wanted to understand you, and perhaps to help in some way if we could.
We'll say that the lindworm kind of backs off a little bit. He starts lowering back down, and he says, "If you cannot offer up Mikaela, then there is no deal." He seems to have his eyes set on her, and he's
What's so
willing.
special about Mikaela?
He just wants her.
We can't ask that. Yeah, we can't be too impertinent. He's gonna like
Shouldn't be
toast us all.
questioning him. Like he's
Yeah.
definitely got his eyes set on her. You're not sure why, but he doesn't need a
Okay.
reason to give you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Ingrid kind of looks at Mikaela. Mikaela seems to be willing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I try to push her and like hear him. Like, come
Uh,
on.
why would you push her forward, Aloy? Why not just ask her to come to the center here
Oh,
To
oh
guide
wait,
her,
guys.
maybe is a better word.
to guide her?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I forget if she wanna do this. I like, oh, forget
Yeah.
this.
So Michaela's gonna just start walking slowly towards this thing.
Ingrid will
And,
sort of move out of the way,
yeah.
still
And
kind of arms wide, not offensive, not threatening.
as Mikaela approaches the lindworm, it kind of lowers its head down and speaks into her ear. You're not sure what it says, but what happens to Mikaela after the fact is exactly what happened to the rest of the people that are enslaved by the lindworm. She kind of goes into this weird trance. And after this happens, he brings Ira. And
Can Ingrid have watched when he was doing whatever he did to enchant her, to try and understand like if he's like what is it that he's doing to her?
you saw it speak words into her ear. You're just not sure what the words meant or even what they sounded like because they didn't sound like words at all.
Some sort of okay.
And so she's under a trance, and I'm just gonna put that on her. And so Ira comes walking out of the woods, and this woman is an older woman. She's probably in her 70s. She's wearing a black dress. She has white hair, and she's got a crazed look in her eye. And as she sees the lindworm, she grabs a silver knife from her pocket, and she rushes after it and tries to stab it.
Yes.
And give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna do a quick roll for attack here.
Did you get in, Doc? Is is Foundry working? Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming then.
Oh wait.
So
I wasn't
missed.
watching the stream. I haven't loaded it in. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh, that's what you meant. The other way. Okay.
So Ira, she lunges at the lindworm, but it misses completely. She's probably just maybe coming out of her trance, so she's very slow right now. However, as she misses, the lindworm very effortlessly slithers out of the way and then picks her up and holds her with both of its front hands. It's got almost like legs too, almost like a alligator would look, like they have the front and hind legs. And
Sorry for the interruption. I finally got into the map.
Oh, good.
You can stop streaming.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's quite the internet connection there.
Yeah. Third world country.
So the lindworm picks up Ira, and with his front hands, he turns her sideways and rips her in half. Right in front of you.
She is dead.
Yep.
She tosses one half of the body towards this way, and the other half towards that way. So he just scattered the body in two.
Mm-hmm.
What if the two parts have the silver knife?
You'll have to check.
I'm going to walk over to the other half where her lower body is. If Jace wanted to walk over to where the body with her upper half is.
Okay. Yeah, so Jace, her upper body is still actually holding the knife slightly, like it's still in her palms, but she's very clearly dead right now. It was a quick death, however, very gruesome. But she is still holding the knife, so you grab that from her?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a steal if you are dead. And just have this.
I'm just curious though. Is everyone just used to bodies being ripped in half?
No,
Yeah, everybody.
I'm definitely frightened.
Everybody make a fear
but...
test, please.
Oh no.
So let's go ahead and roll for. Let's go with an empathy.
Fear can be
roll.
either. It has to be empathy or.
It doesn't.
We don't get confused.
Yep, I'm frightened.
Empathy, fear.
Oh.
So I'll actually finally get to use. The reason I bring it up is just sorry to bring it up, but I have the army medic talent to resist fear against human badness.
Nice.
But it didn't help. So
oh no.
Why do I
this
have
was
so much?
especially horrific.
I rolled multiple times. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't even see it. It said you rolled it privately, Doc. So what'd you
Yeah, it's all private.
Oh, yeah.
You have to click the public and then.
Okay, sorry.
I'll just re-roll. My mouse does this weird thing of like pressing multiple times, so I'm sorry beforehand.
Ah,
It's all right. So anybody who failed their fear test, go ahead and.
Oh!
That was everybody.
Oh no!
Oh,
Everybody, take the frightened mental condition, please.
yep.
right? Fried head?
Yep.
Fried, okay. Listen.
It's double
Unpronounceable
3. That
word.
was so ugly.
Why three? Frightened.
Triple ones. I'm sorry. What was I saying?
Ooh.
Dang.
Triple ones. Ouch.
Yeah, I got triple ones.
Normally, you guys roll really well. Nobody seems to
Yeah,
be.
today's just
What's
not our
going
day,
on?
I guess.
I guess not. Why does it
Sometimes
show?
yes,
host,
sometimes
no
no.
rolls.
That's
Oh
how
my
it
God.
happens.
Avery,
Average is
it
out.
shows you have like 4 fear things set up on your character.
Yeah, this is why
What
I
is
ask.
going on here? That's weird. Hang on.
Because of
Oh,
her
click.
triple click.
Let me try. I'm gonna just.
Yeah. My mouse does this weird thing that it
There we
clicks
go.
multiple times.
Just the one. That was weird that it said it 3 times though.
Yeah.
All right. Ira's been torn in half. Mikaela's under the Lindworm spell. What are you guys doing right now?
Uh, Shadow mode. I'm gonna say this because I don't have any other form to say the Revenant thing. And run.
You're gonna run.
We can. Uh, I don't know.
I'm gonna say, Jace, toss me the dagger.
Uh, Jassy hands and I spawn like here and catch this and I give you the dagger.
Okay.
Okay. So Kai's got the dagger now.
Yep.
Let me throw that into your
Okay.
sheet there. One sec. Sorry, combat's always a little bit funky in this game for me because like we never really do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, we're gonna fight?
Oops, what the heck was that?
It said roll initiative.
Oh,
Ah. Oh.
you are gonna fight because Ira just went and pissed off the Lindworm. So hang on a sec. I'm just trying to get the combat situation under control here. All right, so Kai needs a
I
silver
need roll.
knife. Okay.
Are we rolling for initiative then?
Yes, please.
My
So-
favorite number. Ouch.
All right, Kai. I just added a knife to your sheet, so you should have that.
For initiative again?
Yep. So let's go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
How do I do
Alright.
that? I
So
forgot.
click on the second tab, the combat encounters, and then you can just click the little dice next to your name.
Yeah, the cross swords.
The cross swords. I can't find it.
The
On
second
the left
one.
side, right side of the screen, there should be a tab.
Yeah, right next to the chat
Oh,
one.
thanks.
It looks like the 2 swords.
Oh, combat encounters. I
Yeah.
see.
Click on that, then look next to your name, then just click on the dice. You can do the one for Milu as well. Okay.
Well, we have the
And,
same.
Mikaela is kind of not doing anything, so I'm just going to take her out of the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oof.
And, alright, combat has begun. So let me change my music here. We don't need forest music anymore.
Okay. This is the moment.
So now we need... Where is it?
After to start, Jay say a good words to the dead. How call this bird? Era. Say. You can focus. Wait a moment. And yeah, I say this to the dead body. Like,
Okay.
we, I piss it off in the with the dead.
Okay. So Kai goes first. Kai, what are you doing right now?
I'm going to stab at it with the dagger.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a hit.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right. So, um, he's not happy about that.
I imagine he isn't. But I had to try something.
So I think what he's going to do now that are you doing anything else, Kai? You get a fast action and a slow action.
Is that my fast action? Is that what you'd say that is?
That would have been your slow action, the attack.
Okay.
So fast action would be like running and taking cover, or drawing.
Yeah, I would say that I drew the weapon to hit. I drew the dagger to, or I guess I already had the dagger in my hand, so that wouldn't really matter. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. All right. So the prince's turn is now. The prince is going to move a little bit further up here, and I think Kai, he's going to go straight for you. He's going to retaliate against your knife attack.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably going to go and spit a caustic venom at you.
Okay.
Oh, it's a snake.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
And that's
Sorry.
yeah. Kai, that
I don't know what's happening. I'm not seeing any of the messages. I haven't seen anything since initiative.
Really? What is going on with the?
I just scroll down.
I did. I scrolled all the way to the bottom.
Oh, weird.
Let me
Let me just reload, I guess.
So Kai just got hit with a caustic venom for 3 damage.
Yeah, I mean I didn't see his attack either. So
Yeah, and he hit.
there we go.
He hit it.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with the lag. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now I see the stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I missed a bunch. The last one I'd seen was one of Avery's initiatives.
Kai, that was all physical damage that you took. So take exhausted, battered, and wounded for your thing. Yeah, that hurt.
Okay.
And I told you this guy was not going to be nice.
Nope.
Yeah, well, this is what happens when you fight a dragon. I mean,
It's very true.
I don't know what you guys.
Yep.
Right,
Dragons are
so
no joke.
The prince is going to end his turn. Aloy, it is your turn. Or Jace, sorry.
Jace, I say you the idea of give here a lot of people is better, and he's like dark mode, shadows, and I gonna hit this guy with my bayonet.
Your
Or
bayonet.
how is yes, the bayonet. Yeah. Say.
Go ahead and attack then.
I roll with okay,
So
sorry.
in your character sheet, next to the bayonet weapon. Oh, you got it. Hey, that's a hit.
Ooh, nice. 2 damage. Nice.
Yeah, just keep this up and we'll definitely win.
Well, don't forget you guys have a way of killing it.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember.
All right.
Wait, does everyone has like one flask each, or like does someone has one specific flask?
Yeah, we'll say that she gave you enough to make 3 fires.
To who?
I-
Like to each of
Hey,
us?
all
Like,
of us. Yep.
Yeah.
Among the
I just-
among the 4 of us.
I just stab him, or eat this thing, and say, "Your meat gonna be mine." Yeah.
All right.
Billion loud. Sorry, I can't do this.
That's all right. So you landed a hit. Now, are you gonna do anything else? You can get out of the way. You can
Yeah, get out of the way. Say, see ya. Spawn you.
Yeah, so you can actually take, what is it? Hang on a sec. Where is it? So you can take the dodge action. So the next time he attacks you, basically you'll just roll for agility to dodge the attack if you're fleeing.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Like this thing of Souls game. Sorry, I don't know the word.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, so Ingrid, what are you doing?
Is Kai like
Kai
incapacitated at this point?
He's not incapacitated, but he's hurting.
Okay. She would like to dart in and try and pull, like, help him move away to try and get him to some sort of cover to treat him, because treating him out in the open is bad. So, you know, you got to go in. Basically, instincts are kicking in. She's frightened, right? But it's like instincts are kind of kicking in. Bad stuff is happening. Maybe a little bit of PTSD, you know, going.
Yeah, understand.
And so she's like, get him there, try and treat him, and then she does get to do.
So we'll say we're dragging Kai over here with you, kind of like out of the way, maybe behind this tree or something.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
And then, and I don't know if that might be both actions to do that much, to go and get him and move him. So.
You can roll medicine if you're looking to try and heal him. That's fine.
Okay. At least to stabilize him. So. Medicine. I get to ignore conditions.
Yep.
Because I have emergency medicine. And I'm not sure why my bag isn't showing up here now.
I don't know what's going on.
I'll add that. Yeah, I don't know, but I'll just add it in manually. So.
Nice.
Jesus.
2 successes means you heal 2 conditions, Jace. Sorry, not Jace, Kai. My bad. I was looking at Jace's picture and I said Jace.
Oh, Jace's turn will be coming soon, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Very good.
So she tries to she grabs some, looks around, like sees the acid like burning into him, and finds some like bark and stuff and scrapes off like the majority of it. Yeah. And that'll be it. I think that's a successful enough thing. My turn there.
Yep. All right. So now, what is Milu doing?
So, sorry for the spinning token. I just found out that if you are selecting a token and you made a zoom in, zoom out motion on the trackpad, you spin the token.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of little hidden keyboard shortcuts for this.
Wait, who? The mothers.
Can you see the screen, Doc?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay. What is Milu doing there?
Wait, so what is the movement role in rules in this game?
So you move per zone. Right now you're in one zone, so like basically you're allowed to use your action, your fast action to move throughout the area. It could be wherever in this. I don't have more than one zone for this map, so you're just playing in one zone. If that
Wait, can I throw the dagger?
Yeah. Which one? Do you have a dagger?
I do have one.
Okay. So go ahead, instead of rolling for close combat, go ahead and roll precision.
Precision. Oh. Okay. I missed. Not the triple fives.
That's okay. So yeah, the knife just kind of bounces off of him. It must have like hit like maybe at the butt end instead of the sharp end.
Okay. Does it bounce off on my direction or to somewhere else? Because I'd imagine I would have to pick it back up.
Yeah, I mean, it bounced towards you, not too far away from the lindworm, sadly. You could always use the dog to get it.
Yeah, I would say that.
Alright, so Milu, being the goodest boy ever, runs and grabs the knife and brings it back to you real quick. And so that will be your fast action. So what are you doing now? Are you going to move anywhere, or are you going to stay put?
I would I would move like towards this way, like just to spread us out.
Okay. And that's your turn. Kai, back in the game. Thanks to Ingrid's medical services, you managed to get most of that caustic venom off of your body.
Okay.
And so what are you doing?
It's a good question. I did not think I'd get this far today.
I am honestly I'm surprised you survived that attack. That was pretty crazy.
Ingrid's doing the full like, oh my god, game over, we're all gonna die.
Man. Game over.
Game over, man.
We can say Kai have silver bones. Okay.
Okay, so what is the current status of the prince?
So he's been hit twice.
And remind me again how many hits he has to take before he dies.
6.
We don't
'Cause I
know
know
that.
that there was I know that there was a like condition that has to be met if we hit him
You
enough
have to travel through 3 different fires,
Yep.
Yeah.
and he's gone through 0.
Yeah, that's the only way to really truly kill it is to have it travel through 3.
Right, we might be able to we might be able to incapacitate him temporarily like a vampire so we could run away, but
Well, I'm trying to
Problem
think
is our
there's a way
guide
that we
is,
can
tranced.
we have the oil, we have the matches. We could try and gather something to be able to start a fire.
I have idea. If we put the oil and do a fire sword in a cheap way, you know?
Wait, how easily does silver burn?
Okay,
So-
this is
I don't think it burns that easily.
I don't think it burns
Yeah.
hardly at all.
Well,
Are you thinking it's
if
gonna,
we
like,
cover-
melt or something?
are we covering it with oil? That's what I'm trying to
Oh,
Wait.
you're trying to make a flaming blade.
Is the
or
force
something.
floor like
A
directly
flaming-
dirt?
like a flaming thing on the ground that we can put on there so he can roll over it.
Gotcha.
Oh, flame sword. I think this is the
I mean,
word.
I also thought about that too, putting oil on the dagger and then like trying to kill him with fire, but I don't know how well that would work.
I would imagine like we're spread out in 3 different places. Well, not anymore since Jace moved that way. But maybe we could set fire in our respective places since they have to run through fire 3 times anyway.
But what makes you think that he's going to actually run?
Like lure him like our
How-
way.
how?
Maybe
You know,
taunt
like,
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
taunt.
we could taunt him. I guess that would work.
You know
Um,
that the lindworm is a very proud Vason, so if you taunt it, you may get it to follow you.
Okay, so I'm going to walk over and start here.
Okay.
I'm going to actually no. I'm gonna go behind Milu and Avery, and I'm going to try and like find some sort of kindling to start a fire.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna ask too. Like, is the forest floor like
Is there a lot of
like
stuff
is
on the
there a
forest
layer
floor?
of
Yeah.
like leaves or like directly dirt?
No, I mean there's just typical forest stuff. Yeah, you'd find easily kindling
Okay.
everywhere.
So I'd find enough to be able to start a fire here. And let's say I start the fire here
Yeah.
and walk away.
Let me get you some fire. Hang on a sec. I think that's. Tokens. Here we go. Alright, so you're starting at right where you're standing, Kai?
Right here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep. And then, guess next step would be to set another one.
Yep. So you don't have to do it like in succession to take this thing out. So like it doesn't have to be like, hey, come over here, then come over there, go over there. It could be like 3 separate rounds or whatever that it does it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So all right, so you're kind of, what are you doing now? Are you like taunting it to come over to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now that
I would say to have Avery move out of the way, but
yeah, Avery can take the dodge action.
Yep.
So let's say that because Kai came over and taunted it, it's gonna rush over. Hang on, and oh, there it is. It's gonna slither its way over towards you there, Avery. And Avery, go ahead and roll me agility, please.
Where is it?
Oh, Jesus, a lot of dice.
What do you mean 9 dices and none of it?
Do you want to push that?
Yeah, you can.
I would push it.
I would push it. Yeah, I think I'll push it.
Okay. Go ahead and click on push there. 3. Okay, that's much better.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, you definitely dodge right out of the way, like long before the thing gets to you. So you're off to the side, like right over here. Milu follows, and as you dodge out of the way, the lindworm comes right through the fire, right towards Kai. And we'll say that that was the attack because it kind of lunged at Avery first. And it moved as well, so we're going to call that its turn. And now Aloy, or Jace, what are you doing?
Yes. Okay. It's showtime. Remember, kids, not play with fire. Except if you have a spirit possess you, but yeah.
Right. Only you can prevent forest fires.
As I'm starting them.
I say, Ingrid, it's time for the big plan. Fire all! And I say, give me something to give a fire, please.
Don't you already have one?
Yeah, you do.
You guys would have
Yeah, I have.
flasks of oil, each of you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So-
English wibbly wobbly do in my mind. Okay, so I have my bayonet. I have the oil. So I gonna put the oil in my bayonet.
Mhm.
And with the fire here.
Okay, so you're gonna make a
gonna-
flaming blade there?
Yes.
Nice. Alright, so you're gonna go and stab it?
Yes.
Alright.
I say.
Alright, roll that beautiful bean footage, Jace. Let's go.
What thing?
Just do it.
Just attack.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I say, well, I learning a new trick. It's kind of fire sword, and I wanna roll.
Hey, there it is. Look at that.
Yes.
All right.
Say yes.
Nice. All right. So now the Lindworm is angry.
Two fires.
He's very mad right now, and he's been hit by 2 fires. Well done. All right.
Yes.
What are you doing next, Jace? You can. Well, you already moved and you already attacked. Never mind. So you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Um,
They say thank you, and he runs again.
Ingrid, your turn.
She is going to. I don't know. She's still a little freaked out. She's not naturally like the attacking type. She's gonna ready the thing. She's gonna take her thing to move over and then like ready to maybe like throw the oil at the lindworm.
Okay.
But just she's a little hesitant still.
Okay, so you're just gonna
She's-
take a move action.
Yeah, move action, and then I don't know if you can ready actions in this game or not. But she's getting ready. Like she's like she's gonna throw it, but she's not quite sure. And
Yeah, I
she's
mean-
otherwise, she gets her free dodge action, which I don't know if I need to declare that or just take it when she could do it or
Yeah, you
whatever.
have to announce that you're gonna do it before. So yeah, if you want to take dodge now, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, well, she has. Let me just put it. This talent here, the defensive one. So, yeah. So she'd be taking the dodge as part of that.
So each turn
So.
you get 1 extra action that may be used. Oh, nice. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So she's dodging. Yeah.
Alrighty, perfect. And so now it is
Oops,
Milu
sorry.
and Avery.
Fire, fire, fire.
Bentar. Oh, the Lindworm has went past that, right? So
It slithered through
What
the
if I
flame
just-
first, and then it got stabbed by Jace with his flaming bayonet.
oh wait. Does that count as 2 or just 1?
Counts as 2.
Like 1 fire. It counts as 2.
Yep, it just needs to pass through 3 separate flames, so it doesn't specify whether or not it has to be the same fire or different fires. It's kind of open to interpretation, so yeah, we're gonna say it's
Yeah.
been hit twice. 1 more time is good.
Okay, so I'll just go here and just taunt him from here.
Okay. And that sounds good, so in that case, the prince will move directly through the flame last time, and as it passes through the flames, it immediately turns to ash. Like it's just like a dust cloud of ash.
Wait.
And yeah, so you have killed the lindworm.
Ooh, we can kill something is technically a dragon. Well, not technically, but
Yeah,
is.
well done.
I can, yeah, I can do the thing I say up like after to he disappear in ashes. I can cut up a part of him, his me flesh. Flesh is the word.
Yeah, you can't eat his
Since
flesh if
he
he's
turns
all
into ash, maybe you could use that as seasoning or something.
Little salt and pepper on your food, yeah.
I wanna have the flesh of.
Yeah, I told you it would be difficult to get the flesh.
No, no.
That's okay.
We can sing.
There's other lindworms in the game.
Oh,
As
Jay's power up. I'm gonna wait.
yeah, so like almost immediately after the Lindworm dies, Mikaela snaps out of her trance. And, that's the wrong condition. I'm giving her the exhausted condition. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, she snaps out of her condition and she says, What? Whoa, where are we? And she looks
We
down
killed
at the
the Lindworm.
ground and screams as she sees Ira torn in half. Like,
Oh,
basically
yeah, I guess she
sitting
has to
down
make
by
a
her
fear test too, huh?
She does, and I'm gonna do that for her. Well, actually, NPC fear is not a thing, so
Oh, okay.
I
Fair.
don't know why, but we'll say
Yeah.
she's terrified anyway.
Jay, Jay's with continue with this shadow darky demon who called this form. Say with the flames. We killed it.
Oh, she does have frightened in here. Never mind. Hang on. They did add it. It's just
Remember,
set it.
Jace is frightened to Eloy, so.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I guess the way okay, so the NPC sheets are a little bit different than the character sheets, obviously, and they don't have the physical and mental conditions like you guys do. So they just set it up a different way for the NPCs. So she does have frightened. It's just not set in the sheet for some strange reason. They don't have it there. No big deal though. All right.
Ingrid just kind of sits on the rock here. She's kind of still shaking, trying to collect herself, and she's not happy at all. Two people died for unknown reasons still.
Yep. So, yeah, you guys are in the middle of a forest now, like just standing there with a torn in half woman, a woman who's just been snapped out of a trance and now she has no idea where she is.
Yep. I'm going to inform Mikaela that something happened while we were in the or just something happened and we don't really know how to explain it. I can't think. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. Mikaela she's crying right now and she's very upset because her.
I'm just going to try and comfort her. How about that?
That works. We can stop here for now and we can pick this back up next week. For now,
that would be great.
Yeah, for now we can. I can put the level up information in the chat if anybody wants to just do it that way, or we can go over it now.
We could do over the chat. I have a couple of things I need to take care of before I get ready for bed, so.
No worries. I will put it all in the chat then. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yep, I have to find food. This.
Okay. So next week we'll just kind of finish this up real quick and then go right into the next mystery. And the next mystery will be the last mystery for the Lost Mountain Saga.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I know.
Sad.
So you guys got maybe a couple episodes left, and after that I'm going to start working on some Japanese mysteries.
Sadness.
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm still working on trying to figure out like naming and all this other stuff during that time. So,
yeah. No,
I will
take your time. It's not a rush. I still have a lot of work to do with it. I still am working on a map of the town where
Kyoto and stuff like that. Yep.
Yeah. So it's a process.
Kamiyama.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well, good game, everybody.
Yes, have a good one.
Talk to you all next week. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Bye.
By the way, I think the next week, I think we have all the new resigns.
Oh, good. Nice.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I gonna